Game started.
Chesley. Okay, let's try d4. Something different. We will return to the King's Gambit. This is the Queen's Gambit. Return to the King's Gambit on another day. Chesley has a lag. Okay, the Queen's Gambit accepted. That's this knight move is a precaution against the move e5. Then e3, played to recapture the pawn. And if he plays b5, then a4 to continue to undermine the pawns. This usually works out well for white if black tries too aggressively to hold on to the pawn. Yeah, look at there's some kind of lag problem here. Yeah, he played that instantly. His time is going up instead of down, but it's responding slowly here. Let me do a ping command to make sure the problem's not on my end. Ping. No, I'm not getting a good response to my ping either. Maybe it's my problem. I mean, on my network. Well, no, I got a response there. Okay, so he actually stopped to think about that one. So you take, I think, he's got to take back with the C pawn. And then you undermine. He can't take back with the A pawn because of the pin. It is pinned. And you undermine with B3, rather. So if he pushes this pawn forward, you can take it. If he takes it, you take with the queen. And threaten to take here with check. With the bishop, I think. So, and defending with the bishop. So, this is an interesting way to play it. Now, if I had played e4, which I would have done if you'd developed the bishop sooner, then I would have the move e4, d5. I don't have that here. So let's just go with this. Oh, let's pause to think. Let's see. If I take, it takes with the bishop. I take, it takes back. I have a check. Yeah, I think that's still, I still get my pawn back, and it's still an okay position. If he takes with the pawn, yeah, so he took with the bishop. If he takes with the pawn, then I give the check first. And if he takes with the bishop, then I trade bishops and give the check.
Check.
And round up the pawn. And now he's left with an isolated pawn. And his development's not so great. And I can castle and get to safety here. He's got a check here, so let's just get away from it all. So, I may go wrong somewhere later in the game, but this is why the holding onto the pawn and the Queen's Gambit here is not considered the right way to play. This A pawn is kind of weak to it, might get rounded up. So he's got a dark squared bishop. Yeah, he can place it there, which would be interesting. I have a knight move to consider, knight to e5 here, hitting his queen. Maybe getting a little control of this light squared diagonal. Yeah, let's play that and see where his queen goes. I also want to move my bishop up, but I'm not quite sure where's the best square for the bishop. Maybe I should just go to a3 for the bishop. And he's got to be a little careful where he goes with the queen, because a check here could disrupt his castling privileges. So he's going to block it with the knight, I assume. And then I'll have the knight and queen coordinating. Knight takes. It doesn't seem to do much. As long as his queen is in a position to defend this square, which I guess it will be no matter where it goes. Okay, the queen went there. Okay, my queen's defended. Let's go ahead and give this check. Might be useful. Might get a useful pin here on the knight. And then develop my other knight. Develop my bishop. So I get this move in with tempo too, hitting the queen. Queen's got to go somewhere where it stays in touch with the knight. I can drop back to e6, d6 there. I can go to d6 and also go to b7, d6. So is there further harassment I can do? You know, it's bishop here looks interesting. Bishop to a6 hits the queen. And when the queen moves, I can grab here. King will take, and then I'll win the knight. So I think this wins material here. Yeah, but yeah, black was in a very tough position in any case. He can trade his queen for a rook, I guess, by taking queen takes bishop, rook takes bishop, bishop takes, rook, queen takes bishop. And he's given up a queen and a bishop, and he's won a rook and a bishop, so that's trading his queen for a rook. But if he plays, oh, you know, the problem with this is queen to c7 hits my knight. I was thinking bishop takes bishop, king takes, and then knight or queen takes knight because it's pulled the king away from the defense of the knight, but this knight is hanging. So I need to get this knight to safety. Maybe just bring this other rook over to defend it. And now I've still got all the same threats. But he has a move. He could take my bishop now. Yeah, so bishop takes bishop. Knight here hitting the queen. And then knight takes bishop. Knight here hitting the queen. What can he do? He can play bishop takes rook. I play knight takes queen. He can't pin the knight because my knight controls these squares. So then he has to move the queen. Then I'll play knight takes bishop. So I'll get the bishop back. And this pin will be on again. So let's play this way. Queen takes rook, maybe. Queen takes rook, rook takes rook, bishop takes rook. Trades his queen for two rooks. But at the end I have a check and I can pick up this knight or the rook in the corner. But I should have calculated that first. I didn't see it until after I moved the knight away. It's one of those things. Yeah, you're supposed to calculate all the variations, but sometimes you miss these things where your move has opened up a line you weren't expecting. So, and queen takes rook is with check. So queen takes rook, rook takes rook, bishop takes rook, but then it's my turn. And I can play knight to c7 check.
Check.
Yeah, he went for that. Might have been his best way out.
Check.
And this attacks the rook and it threatens queen takes here, which isn't that checkmate? Maybe it's not checkmate. He's got this square. Queen takes knight, check. Let's go ahead and grab the knight.
Check.
The king can go to f6, yeah. Then I can grab the rook in the corner. Just so I don't get mated on the back rank. Without a rook, he can't mate me here. He's got one rook, but it's not yet in the game. And so what is this? Queen in two pieces versus a rook in two pieces. Yeah, so I ended up a queen for a rook. And let's see, I could play queen f7 check. King goes here. Yeah, he blocks that. So let's see, where's the best way to What is the best way to proceed? I have the knight check I could try. But then he's going to attack the knight. Funny. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to play this.
Check.
It seems strange to give up this knight, but this knight is really out of play, and I should have enough force here with the queen and the knight to mate him. His king is all exposed, and this is driving his king further and further away from home. Wherever he goes, he's going to lose this knight. Then I can maybe bring some pawns forward to checkmate him with. Let's see, so where can he go? He's got 1, 2, 3 choices. Okay, he went to the one choice where it's the one place where he's not threatening my knight. So I win a knight, he gets my knight, and I'm still up a queen for a rook. And I'm going to play something like pawn to h4, threatening queen, g5 checkmate. Okay, what's next? Rook takes knight seems pretty straightforward. might as well grab it, yeah, and threaten to checkmate me. So that's h4 here is a double purpose move. Now I'm not going to get checkmated on the back rank, and also I'm threatening to checkmate him. He can play h6 though. h6. So after h6, what would I play? I guess knight here, check. Knight to e5 check. King goes back to h7, and then I take a pawn. And try and renew some of my checkmating threats. Need to get rid of his pawn cover, but the knight and the queen working together can deliver lots of mating. There are lots of mating patterns involving the queen and the knight. They cover all the squares in the neighborhood between the two of them. Okay, so he didn't solve the problem of checkmate.
Checkmate.
Okay, well, that was an interesting game just for how to play the Queen's Gambit accepted when black tries to hold on to the pawn. So I will upload this and do a post-mortem. See you guys later. Bye.